Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Wet Lines. Today, got in store for you a nice little product review. Got a nice new power bank to try out, okay? So I've been looking around for alternatives, see what's out there for value, see what's out there size-wise, comparison to maybe like a Ridge Monkey power bank that I've already got. So, what I did, we've gone and got ourselves a Maxoak 50,000 milliamp hour. To put that into perspective, the two Ridge Monkey volts out there, the top end one is about 76,000 milliamp hours, and there's one for about 42 milliamp hours. So it comes in between the two Ridge Monkey power banks. Okay. So let's not waste any time. Let's unbox it, and we'll tell you a little bit more about it as we go through. Okay. So this is how it comes packaged up. This is the Maxoak K2, 50,000 milliamp hour. So I've already unboxed it briefly just to have a look, make sure it was all intact and all in the box. This is how the power bank comes. It comes with this lovely little soft protective padded bag. Got a nice zip there, you put extra cables in there. And then you've got little two zips on your main access to reveal this beaut. This is the Maxoak K2 in all its glory. This end you've got all your different connections. Obviously you've got your power button, you've got your 20 volt and your 12 volt connections. You've got two 2.1 USBs, so they'll be used ideally for if you've got a smartphone with fast charge, you'd use the top two, and then on the bottom you just got another regular 2.0 USB ports. It's a very decent, sturdy bit of kit. Now I did mention before as reference to compare it to a Ridge Monkey. So if I just grab my Ridge Monkey, we can compare it for size and you can get an idea of what you're getting. So this is the Ridge Monkey, this is the 76,000 milliamp hour volt, and as you can see for size comparison, I'd say the Ridge Monkey is actually bigger in size, it's longer, it's far thicker. Far thicker in size, and in terms of weight, I've got to say the Maxoak does feel somewhat lighter than the Ridge Monkey. So that's just a little comparison there for you as a power bank that's brought to you by, you know, the fishing world. Okay, another thing about the front section of here, obviously you've got this nice big power button. You push that, you get, for reference here, 4 LEDs, so you can see exactly what your battery percentage is in lights. So you've obviously got 4 notches, you can probably assume about 25% per dot maybe, so you know when you're running out of juice. One more thing to note on this, obviously, this is the in port, this is where you plug it into charge. So if you're away fishing, camping, caravanning, motorhoming, however and wherever you're going to use this, to charge this up you do have to use the plug provided. You cannot plug a solar powered generator into this or any other kind of charging device. It has to be the actual plug that comes with the device. So let's have another little look through the box to see what else it comes with. Okay, got a nice little box. Obviously within the box, we will have a box within a box. Inside here you've got all manner of accessories, cables, the main charger plug. So let's have a little look in and see what we got. Let's have a look in the box here, what we got. We've got a micro USB cable, This is what I was talking about earlier. This is the main power brick that you've got to use to charge it up with. So obviously, plug that in the wall, plug this connection into the power brick, much like you do on a lot of items like PlayStations and DVD players of the old and all kinds of things like that. And then you simply plug this end into the front, just like that. Leave it to charge. The lights will indicate as they come on, so once you've got this fully dead, there'll obviously be no lights. As soon as you plug it in and charge, one light will blink on, one blink on, and as you progressively charge it, all the lights will come on. So this is where the Maxoak Powerbank really comes into play. This is where I think it has the advantage over, say, your Ridge Monkeys and your other power banks out there. What we've got here is, let's look at this for example. This is the first cable. So you'll recognise this. This has just got your standard 2 different connections on the end there. Alright, so what you're doing with this, let's say you're out in the bivvy, you're fishing, you're bored obviously, especially during the winter when you're not catching. So you get one end of it, you plug it in your 20 volt for example, yeah? And you've brought your laptop with you, and you want to keep your laptop charged up, boom. So then you've got this end that obviously you'd plug into your laptop, but that's not probably going into the majority of laptops. So where the Maxoak comes into play here is this lovely little selection. All manner of different adapters for all manner of different devices. So if your laptop does not get charged by one of these, I don't know what kind of laptop you're working with. There's also a couple more in here, a couple of little loose ones, a couple of big, juicy big ones. So yeah, let's just say for example, it goes and charges by this one. Simply disconnect it from your nice little packet. Get the other end, connect it in, and bingo. Plug that into your laptop and you're charging. Terrific. And again, as I said, those lights will indicate how full your charge is as you are depleting the energy from the battery pack.
Right, now something worth noting that I've noticed
from my use of this power bank is if I'm out, say, fishing, got the laptop on, I'm doing a bit of editing, maybe playing a little game, when this is plugged in, it doesn't really increase the battery percentage of the laptop whilst you're doing your editing or gaming, because they're obviously quite intensive programs you're using. This kind of just keeps it at the percentage it is, as opposed to going down. But the majority of people probably are not going fishing, for example, and doing their editing or playing games while they're there. But if you do, it'll keep you going, but only for so long. It'll go down.
But yeah, so what I noticed is the majority of the time,
if my laptop battery percentage, say, was at 40%, and I plug that in to charge it, if I'm doing no games, no intensive programs like editing, I'm just browsing the web, watching some YouTube, the battery percentage will go up, not a problem. It'll recharge it, beautiful. But if you're editing, playing games, this is not probably the power pack that's going to do the job for you, because it will kind of just about keep it on the percentage it was, and then eventually obviously it's just going to come back down. But obviously if you do want to play games or do a bit of editing while you're fishing, if you plug this in while you're doing none of them things, obviously it's going to charge it. So charge it, then play your games or do your editing. Don't probably play your games or edit whilst using this. You're kind of negating the two there, and it just balances out to just nothing. Right, I mean it sounds obvious, but let me show you this in working action. So I'll just get my charger cable. This is for my phone. I've got a OnePlus 7, if you've never heard of them. Beautiful brand of phone. But it does have fast smart charging on it. So what I'm going to do is plug it in one of the top ones, in one of the 1.2 sections. And obviously it lights up straight away. It knows something's about to go down. grab said phone, not charging at the minute. We get the cable, we plug her in. Bingo. Probably can't see that because it doesn't really tell you much about it, it just says it there. Simple as that, beautiful. So to put things into perspective, this phone, the majority of you probably haven't got one of these because it's quite a rogue phone. But that phone itself, the OnePlus 7 Pro, has a battery of about 4,000 milliamp hours. So from a 50,000 milliamp hour battery pack, you can work out how many times you're doing that. That's at 10, at least 12 times you can recharge that phone off that power bank. To put it in perspective, for phones you more likely might have, a Samsung S20, that's got a 5,000 milliamp hours, so you're going to get 10 full charges out of that phone on this power bank. And iPhone 12, I think has a what's it? I think it's got 2,815 or something like that, which is really quite bizarrely rubbish, but that's iPhones for you. But yeah, that's got a 2,800 milliamp hour battery, so you're going to get a lot of charges out of that phone off this power bank. So in conclusion, I highly recommend the K2 power pack. The size, it's not too big, it's not too small, but it's definitely a nice weight. It would fit in any of your fishing bags, not a problem. It's nice and thin, it's not too heavy. It's smaller than a Ridge Monkey power pack, so if you've already got one of them, you know you're going to be covered on this. The build quality is actually very, very good. It's a very solid unit, and obviously it comes with a little pouch bag to protect it in transit. And with the K2 you can actually charge 6 products at once, so you can actually have something plugged in every single port and it will charge all items or power every item at the same time. There's no limit on, you can only have 2 USBs, 4 USBs, or just a 12 volt or just a 20 volt. You can have one product in every single thing at the same time. Now naturally that's going to rinse your battery pack a lot quicker because you're caning it from 6 different areas, but you can, if you wish, charge up 4 different phones at once. If you're a fisherman and you've got like little USB bite alarms that are rechargeable, you can plug all the different bite alarms in there. The power bank itself, you will need to leave it on charge probably overnight or during the day because it does take 6 to 8 hours to actually fully charge the battery itself. So do bear that in mind if you get one. When I got this one, it did come fully charged already, so you might be in luck. But yeah, that is the K2 power bank. I highly recommend it. Superb item. Does everything you'd ever want to. I mean, you got the 12 volt. You could power a 12 volt TV in your bivvy if you wanted to. I mean, that's beautiful. I mean, you can do that on the Ridge Monkey, but the Ridge Monkey is about £80 more. With this one, plug it in, get your 12 volt TV on the go, have your phones all charging off to the side, have your bite alarms or your bivvy lights charging. If you're a caravan or a camper, you could have LED lights powered in here by USB. The options are endless on the power that this power bank has. So yeah, to conclude, this is the Maxoak 50,000 milliamp hour K2 power bank. I'll leave a link down below for you from Amazon, so if you want to go and check it out for yourself, get over there and have a look. But it's a brilliant power bank. So from me, Ian Baker, wet lines, keep those lines wet, keep those batteries charged, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.